Okay, today is lesson 8-4. We are going to talk about angle similarity among triangles. Okay, so today we're only dealing with triangles, and we're going to use what we learned about similarity in the last section to help us find angle measures, lengths, and things like that on this. So just looking at this statement, this theorem, once again, I would keep a piece of paper and I would keep some notes and write these down just like you did in class. So if we have two angles of two similar triangles that are congruent, so we have angle A is congruent to angle D and B is to E, those angles are congruent, then you can conclude, without even looking at the sides, if they're proportionate or not, you can conclude that these two triangles are similar. So if you have two angles congruent, then the triangles are similar. And that's what you need to learn from this lesson. So if I'm looking at this, how can we find the measure of angle E? Well, we can go 26 plus 90. And when you get that measure, you can go 180 minus that. And that is going to give you what angle E is, which is, in this case, is going to be 64. You know, if that's 64, that angle K is also going to be 29. You really wouldn't need to find it at 29 if you know that this is 64, because in that case, you can say, well, angle D is congruent to angle G, and E is to H. Therefore, you know that these two triangles are similar now. So we've concluded that they're similar by angle. They want you to write a similarity statement. So what they're wanting you to write is they're wanting you to write out triangle ABC is similar to triangle whatever. In this case, we're going to go triangle, and I'm going to go in alphabetical order, but I'm going to say triangle CDE is similar to triangle, and I have to compare these up. Now, angle C is to angle K. That's not 29, that's 26, sorry. Is similar to triangle K, and then I went to D last time, so the right angle, so I go to the right angle this time, so K, G, H. And then I would like you just to state down below, just get used to writing this, by AA, which stands for angle. And that's explaining your reasoning. So this is the similarity statement, and that is explaining your reasoning. I don't think that's asking too much on that. All right? So moving forward here, we're going to do this for these two triangles here. If we know that these two angles are both 52, you should conclude on what you know that those lines are then again parallel, and that really actually isn't important, but as you can see, they both are sharing this angle A up top. So angle A is congruent to angle A, and then we know that angle B is congruent to angle C. Okay? It does make these lines parallel, but that's not important at this point. Let's write, they've written a similarity statement for you, so you could just say they are similar by angle, and we've shown that by just indicating that angle A's are congruent and the B and C are congruent. Let's look at this right here. SBR is similar to UVT. If these two lines are parallel, even before that, we know that these two angles are congruent because they are what kind of angles? They're vertical angles. Okay? If these two lines are parallel, and this is our transversal right here, there's our transversal, and there's our parallel lines, we know that this angle is congruent to this angle by what? By alternating interior angles. So really we're using vertical angles, and we're also using alternate interior angles. And that's what makes these two triangles congruent by angle. Okay? So you could, in turn, you could have chosen these two angles as well. They would also be alternate interior angles as well. Okay? So we've shown that those two triangles are similar by angle similarity. Let's go ahead with this one. Show these triangles are similar and write a similarity statement. So in this case, all of these angles on both of these two triangles are congruent on FGH and RQS. So honestly, the order doesn't really matter, but let's just use this order right here because they've already done it for us. So we can say triangle FGH is similar to triangle RQS, and we're going to say that it is because of angle. And by saying that, we're saying that R is to G and H is to Q, or excuse me, F is to R, G is to Q, and H is to S. And that would be our similarity statement. Let's look at this one right here and check these angle measures and see if they are congruent. We have 90 and 32. We need to find this angle. So we can go 180 minus 90, which we know is also 90, and then subtract that from 32. And as we can see, that's going to be 58 degrees. So this angle right here is 58 degrees. And conveniently, this one is 58. So we can stop really right there. And because these two angles are congruent, and we know this is also a right angle. So if we want to, as long as we can match up our angles, so angle F should be to angle F. So in this case, those two angles are both 90. And in this case, angle D is 58 and angle E. So in this case, D and E. So yes, that similarity statement right there will work. So we just need to change that to a similar, and we should be good to go. And then at the end, by angle, okay? And we're going to add to this tomorrow, but today we're only dealing with angle, okay? So the last thing today is they're going to give you some real life situations. What you need to realize is that we are dealing with triangles here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some triangles here. We've created one triangle right here with that shadow, and we've created another triangle there. Okay? They both have right angles, so that's one angle that's congruent. It says a flagpole casts a shadow that is 50 feet long. So we know that this is 50 down here. At the same time, a woman standing nearby who is 5 feet 4 inches tall. So this is 5 feet 4 inches tall, casts a shadow of 40 inches. Okay. How tall is the flagpole to the nearest foot? So we need to change that to X. So hopefully you look at this and notice that this is 5 feet 4 inches, and this is in inches, and that's in 50 feet. So we need everything to either be in inches or everything to be in feet. If we change 5 feet is 60 inches, so this is really 64 inches. And 50 feet, 50 times 12 is going to be 600. So that's going to be 600 inches. So everything is now in inches, so then we can compare. We know that X is to 64. The height of the flagpole is to the height of the lady. And the shadow, in this case, is going to be 600 inches over the shadow of the lady, which is going to be 40 inches. So in this case, you can cross multiply, so we would have 40x is equal to 600 times 64. And you can divide by 40, and that's going to give you the height of the flagpole. And so you're going to have some problems like this in your homework, and you're going to have to set up some proportions like this. It's important that you draw pictures for them, and that is definitely going to help you. Okay? And that would be my recommendation for you, is to draw some pictures, make sure your angles are congruent, everything is proportionate. When you finish solving this, I'm not sure, let me just do that real quick on my calculator, so I'm sure we get everything. 600 times 64 divided by 4, so 9,600 inches. And then I'm going to change that to feet, so I'm going to divide that by 12 inches. So 800 feet is the height of that's how you would set that up and solve it. Go to Big Ideas, you'll have your homework, and you should be able to do your assignment from there.
Okay, it's saved.
Perfect.
Okay, Mr. Stanzioli.
I was just gonna ask you if, because a bunch of teachers are doing like packets, like actual like assignments on paper, I was wondering.
Do you want to check out a book?
Like a math book?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could help probably.
Why don't you check out, can you log on to Canvas though?
Yeah, I have a Chromebook and everything.
Perfect, log on to Canvas to watch the videos that we have on there.
Okay.
And it'll be on my page, you know, so if you can't get it, I want you to call the school and let me know. But I'll give you a book, and what I'll do is I can actually send you.
I looked at Canvas yesterday and I only saw like 3 modules and it was like.
There's nothing up there till
we're-
today.
Till today.
Okay.
We're
I
still,
didn't, yeah.
yeah, we're just
We're
really.
just barely,
just
we've
barely
done
working on
8.1 and 8.2, and we're doing 8.3 and 8.4
8.4
right
right
now.
now.
We're just getting, we're not really tech savvy, but we're getting
We're
there.
getting
so.
there.
Okay.
A little bit at a time.
Alright. Yeah,
Okay,
I can
so
check
come
that
over
out.
here, let's check out a book. Let's just, okay, so I just saved it. I
You're
didn't
good, I'll go ahead
save
and-
it anywhere else.
I'll put it on YouTube and
Perfect.
we'll get it the rest
So
of the
are you
way.
using a whole different website too for our assignments?
Well,